Good morning and welcome to the Mountain Mike's Whetstone Woodworks YouTube channel. Here we will discuss all things chainsaw carving, from running a small business as an artist, carver, to attending events and competitions, and to keeping your head on straight when you don't place at a competition. We will discuss all kinds of different stuff like that. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I've got a lot of good feedback on all the social media platforms about doing these videos, and I have a lot of people that seem like they'd be interested in hearing my story and my journey, and about business and about running a business as a chainsaw carver. It's a very rewarding business. It's a very tough business because you got to do what I call chase the money, which means traveling and doing shows, and best case scenario, you get paid to do performances and shows in towns and at events and fairs, and you get to travel and meet new people. I've been very fortunate in this business as I've traveled all over the world doing it. I've been to Germany, Australia, New Zealand, Puerto Rico, Mexico. I've been to England, France, Belgium, Italy, Canada, all over the United States. So I've been pretty fortunate. I made friends all over the world. I've got what I call my extended family, my brothers and sisters in Saul. I've been able to compete in competitions all over the place as well. Most people want to know how you get into the competition circuit. Most of it's by posting your work and joining some of the Facebook groups like the Chainsaw Carvers, which is a group that I run, and then there's another group called just Chainsaw Carvers. There's about probably 50-60 different groups on chainsaw carving alone. I recommend joining some of those groups and just posting your work and getting advice. There's a beginner chainsaw carver group. I know Cody Stotz is part of that and helps run that one, and that helps a lot of carvers that are starting out to pick up stuff. What I found is that some new carvers can get discouraged because they see some of these veterans carve up there, and they're like, well, my work's not on par with that, I don't want to post it. I recommend you do post it and take the critiques from the carvers that have been around doing this stuff. You know, everybody has to start somewhere. I started somewhere. My first bear looked terrible. It kind of looked like a standing fox or something, I don't know, but people seem to like it, and it just kept pushing me from there. Also, when you carve, I recommend you look at references of the animal or the thing that you're trying to carve, and not references of carvings from other carvers, because, you know, most of us have some type of style to our carvings, and you don't want to emulate somebody else's style. You want your own style. The world already has one Mountain Mike. It already has one Ryan Villers. It already has one Dennis Beach. It already has one, you know, Jim Dinkins, Scott Dow. We don't need like duplicates of them. We want to see what you can do that's different than everybody else can do. So you need a learning process. You can pick up tips from some of the pros and see what they're doing to make certain cuts and stuff like that, but you should always try to put your own flair on your work. That would be my biggest recommendation with stuff like that, is to surround yourself with references. Know the skeletal structure. You know, I'm not always anatomically correct. I do a lot of cartoony stuff. I do a lot of inventory pieces to make a living at this so that I can afford to fund going to competitions and stuff like that. So I found, for me, one of my best sources of income is doing inventory and doing just like cutesy bears, owls, eagles, those things that sell. You know, those, I always say when you do inventory pieces, focus on what I call cuteness or sensory organs. I heard this from Bob King, and you know, it was a thing that stuck with me. Concentrate on the nose, the eyes, the mouth looking cute, giving it a cute function, and if that's really cute, the rest of it can be a little bit off and people will still love it and still buy it. You know, I mean, how many bears have you seen in the woods holding welcome signs? You know, they're definitely not anatomically correct. I don't even think a bear can turn their hands upright to hold a sign, but that's how we carve them because people love them. I probably do 500-600 of those welcome bears a year because they sell and people love them. So if it's something that people love and it makes them happy, then I'm going to do it. And I kind of like carving them. They're fun. So that would be my recommendation is, as you know, like I said, surround yourself with references and carve like that and come up with your own style. It's very important that you come up with your own style if you want to stand out in this tough world of chainsaw carving. You know, there's so many wonderful, great carvers out there, and some of them seem to do it easier than others, and some of us, like me, I struggled with it at first, trying to look at it from all points of views. And Scott Dow told me once, you know, look at every silhouette against the backlight and look at that silhouette. If it's off, then it's off. If it's off on one side, it's off on all sides. You know, I've found as carvers, sometimes we like to take pictures of the best side of it. Like, oh, this is the best side of the carving, I don't want anybody to see the other side. Well, if you can go around and work and try to fix every side of it, you know, you'll put out a better carving. You know, so that's another recommendation that's stuck with me. And then also there's another carver named Tim Clock. Tim Clock told me if it's supposed to be there, put it there. He said, I don't care if you feel like you got enough wood or not. If it's supposed to be there, put it there. So we always do that. And he also had another saying, commit to the cut. You know, I do blockouts pretty fast. I can block out a 6-foot bear in about 10 minutes just because I know the cuts, you know. So you can get pretty fast on this. I don't recommend that you concentrate on speed at first. I recommend you concentrate on form and finding that block out, and speed comes with practice. I started off kind of fast, which kind of made my carvings not as good as they should have been in the beginning. Started off fast because I only had a couple hours a night to work after work. I would work a 12-hour day, come home and carve for a few hours and try to get as much done as possible. And I kind of did this in reverse. Instead of concentrating on form, I concentrated on speed. I wish I could go back to the beginning and be known for form more than speed. But that's my story anyway. So with this new video starting, I want you guys to start sending me as many questions as you'd like answered. I'll happily try to help you. We're going to start making some more carving videos. I'm really a big fan of the time-lapse videos. They're kind of fun to watch somebody running around the carving, and then like 30-40 seconds later it's done, even though in real time it's probably 30 minutes to an hour. So you guys keep tuning in. I appreciate you. You guys can ask any questions you want, and I'll try to answer them as much as I can. We've got a lot of big things planned for this year. I'm going to have you guys follow me around through the travel season and start making videos everywhere I go as much as I can. I've been bad in the past at taking videos at events and stuff like that, but I think I need to do better on that and promote it and show people where we're going. And also, I run a competition up in Pennsylvania, in Snexville, Pennsylvania in June, the third weekend in June. And that was handed to me by Brian Ruth, who used to run that one up there. It's the Masters of the Chainsaw event. It's an all-saw comp, 4 hours and 15 minutes to complete a 6-foot piece. You know, most of the time there's a theme, so you have to be within that theme. There's a bunch of speed carvings each day up there. It was a 3-day event. We've extended it to a 4-day event. So if anybody's interested in that, you guys can shoot me over an email. I won't answer any questions on that on this channel. But if you guys want to send me an email at mountainmike29@gmail.com, I'd be happy to start rooting through. We only have room for 8 to 10 carvers, so we got to be kind of selective on that. It's a fun event. It's kind of laid back, other than when we start carving. Most of the carving's in the evening, but it's pretty laid back. You get to hang out most of the day with these carvers, pick their brain. I've had some new carvers come in there and try their hand at it. They've all done pretty well. So thank you guys for tuning in today. We're going to keep this at 10 minutes, so I'm at 9-minute mark now. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off here, and you guys start sending those questions, and I'll start formatting videos for those questions. And we'll get through as many of them as we can, and we'll just keep going. I'll probably make a couple videos a week, maybe 3, maybe 4. Depends on what my days are looking like. And I'll start posting some more carving videos throughout. Those will be a lot more coming soon. You know, thank you guys again for tuning in. Much love. Take care of each other. Be nice to each other. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Thank you.